Hey, it's Dave from the Redneck Garage. Finally, a little bit of sun. Man, it's awesome out here today. The ice is starting to melt. It's supposed to be warm the rest of the week. I'm about to take this cover off, and we're going to take a look at the motor on the TJ, the 2.5 engine, and see what's left as far as taking the block out of this thing to get this thing down to Mark's machine shop to have him work the block over. I've got one camera going over here, and I've got my eye view glasses on right now, so I'm filming. Basically, on the motor, we've got our bell housing bolts that go across the top, and we've got our two motor mounts, and it should be about ready to pull out. I think I should be able to clear the exhaust manifold without actually taking it off. So I'm going to try to do it that way. If I have to get this off, I'm going to. I can't remember if I've had to take this off before or not. I think I can maneuver it around without taking it off, or take the motor mount off the motor once I get it off the mount itself here. You can see that the jack, I used a different jack last time, is not long enough to get far enough out. So I bought an extension that we're going to put on it. And I also have an inner sleeve that's going to go in here. Right? Give it a little bit more strength. So we're going to weld this in, weld this on top, and that'll give us enough length to pull the motor out. If it was a big V8 or something, I would worry about the length of the arm, but because it's just a little four banger with no head on it, this should be just fine, and we should have enough room to pull it out. But that was aggravating, absolutely. Do a little redneck engineering here. Alright, so that's going to be it for today. Aggravating. With a little bit of redneck engineering, though, we were able to get our engine hoist in place, get an extension put on it, and it should be able to pull the motor out without any problem at all. It just took about half a day to go get the parts, put it in, weld it up, and then test fit it. I do still need to go get a little bit bigger chain. That chain's a little bit too small, so I'll do that tomorrow. I did get a new keychain holder I ordered off of eBay, and that's pretty cool. They had TJs and YJs and CJs, and I thought that was pretty cool for like 15 bucks. But yeah, so that was awesome. Continuing to work on the TJ engine pull. Yesterday I completed extending the boom on my cherry picker because it just wasn't long enough because of the Jeep frame. Today I went by Home Depot and bought another length of chain that the head bolts will go in to be able to pull the motor out. So I'm going to hook that up, and we're going to see how close we can get to getting this engine out of here. So I did not get as far as I wanted to. That's always the case, right? But I did get the motor mounts off the side. It will clear the exhaust here. I won't have to take that off. I should be able to pull it back enough to wiggle it out of there, I'm hoping. Got my chain. Lift is ready to go. So the next thing to do is pull those 6 bolts out of the back, and we should be pulling it. I probably will take that exhaust manifold off once I get the motor out. I should be able to then maneuver it around to get it out, but it looks like it may be kind of a pain in the butt to get around the other way. So anyway, that's where we're at with the motor. Almost ready. I had so many other things that I got accomplished today that I don't feel too bad about it. Okay, so as far as the progress we made today, it wasn't as much as I wanted, but I did get some other projects finished. The extension on the cherry picker looks like it's going to work great. The engine's held up. I got the motor mounts off. It's going to rain for the next couple days, which stinks. So I'm going to button it up for the next I don't know, 2 or 3 days until the rain stops, and then we'll be ready to pull this thing out. The motor mounts were a little bit more of a challenge than I thought because of the rust and getting the nuts out. However, she's almost ready to come out, so I'm happy about that. We'll see you the next day or two on getting the motor out. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.